Okay, so good morning, all. Uh, we are here. Um, okay, so we were learning Cisco switching. Okay, and as you know, switching is a layer 2 technology. Okay, so where switches, the study of the switches, where the main objective of the switching is forwarding a frame from one port to another port and providing the connectivity, the LAN. Your LAN will be built by the switch, and you can extend the LAN. Extension of the LAN means you have 24 users sitting in the first floor. You can uh, have another floor where 24 users are there, and you can connect the switches via trunk port. So it is called extension of the LAN. Okay, so extension can be done here. Okay, so let me share my screen real quick. Okay, so switching. So as we know, we why the switch used? See, everyone has to be understand it very clearly. What is the switch role? Switch role is to connect the endpoints. Okay, all your laptop, PCs, your printer, everything they connect to the switch ports. Okay, switch ports, and you are as an administrator, you are controlling this switch. You are controlling this switch, admin. So how can you control the switch? Either SSH or Telnet or via console. Two options are there. So you know, and once you enter into the CLI, then there will be Cisco IOS, Internet Operating System, where you are running the commands. If you want to shut down this port, you can do that. If you want to, you can create the VLANs, you can make this port under the VLAN. Yes, you can do that. If suppose you got the LAN extension, you got another switch here. So this port to this port, you can make a trunk. Okay, access port you can make here, trunk port you can make here. Okay, and to if suppose you have 50 switches, you can use a VTP protocol where you can make this switch as a server switch, and let's say to these switches there are various switches connected from here to here. See, these are the switches connected from here to here, here to here, this floor to this floor. So when we do the LAN extension, right, so we take a nearest switch. Okay, let's say this is first floor, this is second floor, this is third floor. So for connecting third floor, you no need to take a cable from first floor. You can take a cable from here. Why? Because you are running a VTP here, and you can create the VLANs, so it will get propagated to all the places. Okay, so that's we are very clear. VLAN, trunk, VTP. These are the three technologies very useful. Okay, next. Yesterday we talked about the STP. Okay, so what was the STP? Okay, so now in this diagram, if you look at here, this diagram is not good. Why? Because this is single point of failure, because your floor, like let's say you have 48 users sitting here, 48 users sitting here, 48 plus 48, and they are accessing all the your, let's say your servers are here, your shared drives are here, your printers are here, and let's say, and your entire connectivity on single cable. And if this trunk port break, then this guy, they will lose the access. These guys also lose the access. What the solution? The solution is connecting two cables. What you can do is you can connect two cables, redundant cable. And now we know that the moment we connect the redundant cable, loop is get formed. Like what will happen? One unknown packet will go here. Then this guy, what the switch 2 will do? It will send the same packet here. Then here, then here. Like this, the loop will get formed when you have a redundant connection. Okay. So what is the solution for solving this problem? The solution to solve this problem is a spanning tree. Okay, a spanning tree, what it does, you will there will be one port will be active. Your traffic, let's say the user sitting here, he want to access some server, so his traffic will go from this port, and this port, it will be redundant, and it will be temporarily, it will be down. It is not a down actually, it will be yeah, it will be kept mute. So until this port is down, then only this server, this will get access, this will get active. And who is doing that? STP is making a port block. STP, spanning tree protocol, it prevent the loop if there is a chances of loop. So by and how the STP prevent the loop? By blocking the redundant port. Guys, return it, write it, and listen very carefully this one. STP will come into the interviews. STP, what STP does? It prevent the loop. It prevent the loop by, and how it prevent the loop? By blocking the redundant port. By blocking redundant port. Okay, got it?
Yes.
Okay. So, and how STP block the port? There are some terminologies because this protocol having some rules. So what it will do? Out of this switch, it does an election. Okay. One switch will become a root bridge. Who will become a root bridge? The switch which has lowest MAC address. He will become a root bridge. And the ports of the root bridge will be always in forwarding mode. Like they will never be down. And one of the port from this is called a non-root bridge. And one of the port will get down here. Let's say this is port 23, port 24. So the lowest port will be active and the highest port will be down. So like this is the calculation will happen. Okay. So now yesterday we talked about, so this STP, it will prevent the loop. And now we got, see, whenever there is a problem, there is a solution. The problem was this one, like standalone, like a single point of failure. So the solution was connect the redundant cable. And when you connect the redundant cable, loop problem will get a form. And what is the solution to avoid the loop? STP is the loop. But now your manager or your users are saying, no, still, even we connected redundantly, your speed is still 1 gig because this trunk port having the 1 gig interface. So, and STP is blocking the another port. So what is the solution? There is something called Ether channel. Ether channel protocol, what it does? It will bundle the port. See, it will bundle this port logically and it will make your speed as a 2 gig. So from spanning tree point of view, it will be one interface only. And STP will not block any port when there is a one port. If suppose there is a one cable, then STP will not come into picture. When STP will come into picture when you have two cables. Okay. So this is what it was. So Ether channel is something to redundant, to make the redundant port. Okay. So let's go and have a look on the lab. Yesterday I was having some problem with my packet tracer. Okay. So now, so STP lab is very simple. Just connect two switches, one switch here, one switch here. Okay. Take the cables.
Cross cable.
Cross cable. Good. So port 23 to 23 and port 24 to 24. So now look at here. Currently they are into the orange mode. Orange means what? If you go to the switch, go to the CLI, and if you go to the CLI, and if you look at here, show spanning tree. Can you see here? Currently they are into learning mode. Learning. Can you see this? Learning means they will be into orange mode only. Orange color. Can you see? One of the port is now forward. Forward means what? Green. Can you see this? Port 23 become green now. And if you look at here, show spanning tree, and now both ports are forwarding mode. Now, can someone tell me who is the root bridge here? Let's see who understand. Who is the root bridge here? See, one of the election is happen. STP is default, by default it is enabled. Now, can someone tell me?
First one. Port 23. 23. 24.
No.
We are connected to 23 ports.
Root bridge means a switch will be a root bridge. So now the switch which has all ports forwarding. Forwarding means all ports should be green. When you look at the light, they will be green. And if you want to see, go to the CLI and check command show spanning tree. So you will see the port 23 and 24, both are into the forwarding state, FWD forwarding. Role is designated. And if you go and check just before here, can you see what it is saying when you put the show spanning tree? It is saying this bridge is the root. This switch is a root, the switch 1. And if you go back to this switch, which is switch 0, and look at here, show spanning tree. Can you see here? Port number 24 into the BLK block. And you know, it is not written here that a switch is a root bridge or something. But you know, this is called a non-root bridge, and it will add the MAC address of the root bridge. See, this MAC address 0E38. 0E38. If you go to this switch and compare here, see 03E8. 0E38. So this switch is a root bridge. So if I go here, that's why I always give the name to the switch. So it will not be confused. So I will say config terminal, host name. Let's say switch 1, switch 2, switch 2, and let's make this guy as a switch 1. Host name SW1. Okay, now if you look at the show CDP neighbor, this is the command to find who is your neighbor. See, switch will not having any eyes to see who is there. By using the commands only, we need to check. See, just think about this one. Here, there is a packet tracer, and we are able to view that, okay, the switch 0, and there is one switch connected here. But in the real time, you will not come to know that, because one switch will be in another floor, another switch will be in another floor. So by how you can see who is your neighbor? You can log into the switch and check show CDP neighbor. Can you see this? It will tell you that, see, switch 2 is connected here. Port 23 and port 24 by using the switch. So who is, see, switch 2 is connected via port 23, your port 23, and its local port is port 23. And what is switch to? 2960. Okay. Now this is how the STP will block this one. So, okay, now my question to all. Why this switch become a root bridge of a spanning tree, and why not this one? Who will answer? Come on first.
We make the connection from switch 1 to switch 2, like we are connecting the cable from.
No.
Because first one, all are in all are connected and it is root bridge.
No. So now.
Because both the cables are in forward mode.
No. No, the question is why they become a forward mode, because it become a root bridge. That's why it is in the forward mode. But why this guy become a root bridge and its port only got blocked? Why not this become a root bridge and this port get blocked? That's my question is. So the simple answer is, what will happen whenever you connect two redundant cable, there will be election will be happen between these two switches. They will forward BPDUs to each other. BPDUs means bridge protocol unit, data unit. So in the BPDUs, they will send the information that hi, this is my interfaces, this is my MAC address, and this is my priority. So they will send information here. And similarly, this guy will share information to this guy. There will be election happen, and whoever having lowest MAC address, that switch will become root bridge. Okay. And if you look at here, show spanning tree, see the priority plus MAC address. These are the two terminologies. That is called root ID. Root ID means priority plus MAC address. So these two things will be get consideration in the election. So priority will be the common by default, 32769. If you go and check the switch 2, switch 1, show spanning tree, can you see 32769? This is the common. So there will be no change for this. Okay. So, but only the difference is the lowest MAC address. Can you see this? So if I copy, okay, you can copy it and okay. So this is the switch 1 MAC address, and you can have a look on. This is the switch 2 MAC address. Oh, sorry, that's the switch 1, and this is priority. This guy MAC address is here. It is its own MAC address. So see, this is a switch 1 MAC address, and this is a switch 2 MAC address. So now if you look at here, this is a decimal format. If you convert into the binary, so you will find this is a lowest MAC address. That's why this guy become a root bridge. Okay. Now the question is, can I make this guy as a root bridge? Yes, you can. Okay, but before that, let's have a look on here. So right now, for this switch, only port 23 is active. 24 is passive. It is blocked. So now let me shut down interface fast Ethernet 0/23. Shut down. So now if you go and check show spanning tree, now can you see what will happen here? Look at this guy. Show spanning tree. See, listening. Previous state was listening. LSN means listening, then learning, then learning. See, this time it will take 50 seconds. Finally, it is a forwarding. So what we understand, spanning tree has the 4 modes: listening, learning, forwarding, and the blocking. 4 modes. And you know, for these modes, it will take 50 seconds, which is too much. See, now see, both become green now. Why they become? Because it was a redundant port. So your network was down for 50 seconds because spanning tree was calculating the election and all. So this time is too high. That's why the people started saying that no, spanning tree is taking much time. We need some solution. So that's why there is another solution came into picture, rapid fast spanning tree. So what you can do is go to config terminal and just go and say here spanning tree mode. Can you see rapid PVST? So you just need to enable this one, rapid PVST. Okay, before enabling that, let me show you one more thing. So before enabling that, so let me make my port up again. No shutdown. Okay, now see, show spanning tree. See, now this port is now listening. See, LSN, listening. It is taking 50 seconds, which is too high. See, now it is in learning mode. Learning. See how much time? So till this time, your network is down actually. See, and finally, after 50 seconds, now it become forwarding mode. So this time, the listening, learning, forwarding, and the blocking. So this time is taken by spanning tree 50 seconds. So this 50-second was huge time. So people asking, we need some solution. So what is the solution is, you can make rapid fast spanning tree. So what you can do is spanning tree mode rapid fast PVST. Just enable it. Similarly, go to this switch, config terminal, spanning tree mode rapid fast PVST. So now see, now what we did is we install the advanced version of STP. So let's have a look what will happen now. Okay, so now this is done. So now look at here. Now look at the diagram. I want to show this diagram parallelly. छोटा कैसा करते हैं इसको? Okay, that's fine. So just have a look on here and let me open switch 1, not switch 1. Let me open switch 1. Okay. Okay, now what I'm doing now, let's see here. Sorry. Okay, now just a minute, please. Okay, now my screen is fine now. Okay, so what I'm going now, config terminal, I'm going to shut down the interface. Interface fast Ethernet 0x23 shut down. Now look at in the left side. Look at in the left side. Can you see the immediately is big? It become green. It become red. It does not take listening, learning, forwarding. And now let me make it no shutdown. Can you see how quickly it's happening?
Yes.
Shutdown, no shutdown. So that's the beauty of this is a rapid fast spanning tree, per VLAN spanning tree. Write down. Spanning tree timer is 50 seconds. Its mode are listening, learning, forwarding, and blocking. To do these states, it does 50 seconds. And the another upgraded version of STP is a spanning tree rapid fast per VLAN spanning tree. So what it does, it will improve your speed and it will take 20 seconds. So now tell me which one is good? Normal spanning tree default one or this rapid fast?
Rapid fast.
Perfect. Perfect.
20 seconds it will take, sir.
Not
Yes. Yes.
Sir, within
Okay.
fraction of seconds, it's learning.
Sorry?
In rapid spanning tree, in fraction of seconds, it's connecting.
Yeah. Fraction of second it is doing that. But technically here in the packet tracer, you are seeing it very fast, but ideally it will take 20 seconds. Okay, now my question is, can I make this switch as a root bridge? Yes, you can make that. How to do that? Let me show you. So what you need to do, you need to go to the switch which is non-root bridge. Go here, spanning tree. You can say VLAN. See, by default, see, spanning tree will be per VLAN spanning tree. Like VLAN 1 will have its own spanning tree. VLAN 2 will have its own spanning tree. So for example, like let's say spanning tree VLAN 1. Right now our ports are in VLAN 1. Spanning tree VLAN. And can you see here priority? So what I can do, priority, by default, the priority is 4096. So what I can do, if I, okay, no, I will show you one thing here. Do show spanning tree. Okay, now can you see here? By the priority is by default 32769. Both switches have the same. If I reduce this number from 3000 something, then automatically this switch will become a root bridge. Why? Because previously the election was happen on the based on the MAC address. But now what I'm going to do, spanning tree, VLAN 1 priority, I can say for, let's say, it is saying bridge priority is incremental of 4096. If I put the question mark here, 4096, enter. Now look at here. Now can you see who become a root bridge now?
Switch one.
Switch one.
Very good. This guy become root bridge and this guy become non-root bridge. Why? Because we change the priority. Because MAC address we cannot change. It's a default, right? That's why if we change the priority, that switch will become root bridge. So, and there is one more option. In advanced STP, there is one more option. What is that option? Let's say I connected a server here. Okay, let's say one of my server is connected to the switch. And when I connect this port from here to, let's say, port 1. So can you see again it's taking orange. Okay, now if I go and check show spanning tree. Okay. Guys, just a minute.
Wait. सही
आज इसके आते हुए करेगा
अच्छा कमेंट्स देख ले तो वैसे जाके लैब पे लेके फाइल जब लैब करते देंगे वैसे बना लेगा यूज करते हैं मैंने पूरा लैब पे
Okay, so if I go and check here, see, right now this interface is up, okay, and it takes some time to become up. Packet tracer is having some problem. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut down that port. Config terminal, interface, fast Ethernet, 0/1, shutdown. Now see, the moment I shut down, so can you see here? Okay, it is a red mark. So let me make it no shut. Let me make it up again, no shutdown. So now can you see here? It is again listening, learning, forwarding. Listening, learning, forwarding. If you want to see that, you can go and check show spanning tree. See port 1. Currently,
forwarding mode.
It become a forwarding mode. Okay, so this time, it will take much time to listen, learn. Okay, or what I can do, let's say I remove the cable. Sorry. See, remove the cable, see how much time it's taking. Amber, light, amber, so it's listening. Okay, now it's become green. So, but still, you know, I think I globally install the rapid fast. That's why it's coming very speed. Let me take another switch, and which is running normal STP, and let me connect it, this port. Okay, now see, orange port. First, it will take orange, orange, orange. Just see the timer, how much time it's taking. Listening, 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 then learning, 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 then forwarding. If you want to see the current state, you can go Go to the CLI and check here, show spanning tree. And if you go down, can you see learning? Okay, now it become forwarding. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, let's say for some work, our we were asked to remove the cable and I want to connect it back. So see, again, it will take that much time. Listening, learning, forwarding. If you want to see, go and check here. See, listening, listening, listen. So it means it is a normal STP. Learning, now it's learning. So to make the server up, it's taking 50 seconds, which is too high. See, learning. So if you look at here, still it will be orange mode only. See, now it become a green. So now to solution of this problem is go to config terminal, interface fast Ethernet 0x1, okay, and say spanning tree port first. There is an option called port first. Under the interface where I am under the interface where my server is connected, and I am putting this command, spanning tree port first. Done. So now look at here. So what I'm going to do is config terminal, interface fast Ethernet 0x1, shutdown. See, it is now shutdown means it is showing a red mark. So if I go and say no shutdown, can you see shutdown? No shutdown. Here we go. Shutdown. No shutdown. That's it. So spanning tree, it prevents the loop. It has 3 modes. Okay, 4 modes: listening, learning, forwarding, and blocking. By default, it take 50 seconds. So enhancement of the STP is a rapid fast spanning tree, okay, which will be more faster, and rapid fast spanning tree can be done, can be configured globally on the switch, and the interface, the access port. If your server is connected, you can make it spanning tree port fast. So it will be again give you good speed. And similarly, STP by default, it will choose a root bridge by using the lowest MAC address. You can by changing the priority, you can make any switch as a root bridge. So like this, STPs work. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So now let's go back to the another solution. Okay. So now I hope you write down the commands and all, and I will also share you the notepad. You can follow that. Okay, now Ether channel. What is the Ether channel? So you connected 2 switches, one switch here, one switch here. Okay, and you connected these ports, port 23 to 23 and port 24 to 24. Okay, so 2 ports you connected. So what will happen? As you know, the spanning tree is playing around, which is default one. So always go and check. If someone asks you why this orange means, what is mean by orange, what is mean by green, enable show spanning tree. See, blocking means what? Can you tell me who is this switch a root bridge?
Yes.
No. Root bridge will never have a blocking port.
Not, it is not.
Forward.
And also it will return here. This is a root bridge. So if I go back to this switch, see this switch which having the both ports forwarding. If I go here and if I check, enable show spanning tree. So here it will be written, this bridge is a root. And root bridge It will have both forwarding modes, and it's why it is root bridge, because it's having the lowest MAC address. If you want to make another switch as a root bridge, then change the priority. Got it? So now what happened is, to this switch, two switches, the STP block one of the ports. So what does it mean? Only the traffic will get forward from port 23, which is fast Ethernet, means 100 Mbps speed is there. But now your manager asks you to make it bundle. Oops, what happened? My God. Suddenly my packet tracer. Shit. Okay, so Ether channel. What Ether channel will do? Uh-huh. Ether channel, it will logically bundle the physical ports. Logically bundle the physical port. I will show you something here. Confirm as a guest. Okay, now let me take this switches again. See, unnecessarily my packet tracer got stopped. Port 23 to 23. Port 24 to 24. Okay, perfect. So now, okay, let's have a look here. STP. Okay, see, disabling, blocking 20 seconds, listening 15 seconds, learning 15 seconds. 15 plus 15 plus 20 means 50 seconds. Normal STP. And the advanced version is port fast, per VLAN rapid fast spanning tree, and this is one which is used. Rapid fast spanning tree per VLAN rapid fast spanning tree, which is very useful. And these are the STP terminologies. BPDUs, they send the BPDUs, and then the bridge ID, there will be priority plus MAC address. And who will become root bridge? The bridge with the best lowest ID, he will become root bridge. Out of switch unit network, one is elected as a root bridge that become focal point in the network. All switches other than root bridge called as a non-root bridge. Okay, so this is what the spanning tree is. And ether channel, when you talk about the ether channel, what the ether channel is? Logical aggregation of similar link. See, two switches are going here, you can make it bundle logically, but see, physically it doesn't mean you can वहाँ जा रहे दो केबल के बीच में तागा बांध के आ रहे. No, it is not like that. So logically the ports will be the same, but logically you are making a bundle. View as a one logical port. Switch level load balancing redundancy, also called as a port aggregation protocol. So this LSC, see, this is what it will be. You can bundle these two switches, one port, this two trunk port, so it will become a 2 gig uplink. Or what you can do is, if there is a server which is connected to the two cable, you can make it that. But see, between Oracle server and a Cisco switch, we use LSCP protocol. Between Cisco to Cisco, we use PAGP protocol. So there are two protocols we came to know. PAGP, it's a Cisco proprietary and expedite automatically packets between Ether interface. And LSCP, it is IEEE standard. So it can be run between any two hardwares. Okay, Cisco to Juniper, Cisco to Palo Alto, Cisco to Oracle, any servers you can make. So if you want to make a bundle, so Ether channel can be bundled from switch to switch or switch to server. Remember this point. LSCP is used when you are bundling from. Okay, now you will ask the question, can server will have a 2 LAN card? Yes. Some advanced servers, they will have a 2 NIC card into that. So you can use both NIC card and you can make it bundle. So from server end, it is called teaming. Teaming means they are merging two interfaces in one logical interface. From switch language, it will called ether channel. We are logically aggregating these interfaces. Okay, so how to do the ether channel? I will go here. See, right now my spanning tree blocked my one port, but after the ether channel, you will notice here all 4 ports will be into the green mode. That's our objective. Why? Because it will be considered as a one port only. Okay, how to configure ether channel? Go to the switch, CLI, here config terminal, host name, let's say switch 1. Okay, I will say interface ether channel, sorry, port channel. First you need to create a port. One second. Interface port channel. See, in this switch you can create 6 ether channels. So you can give a number. Okay, this interface port channel 1. Done. So then you no need to do anything. A logical interface is created. So now if you go back, say show IP interface brief. Go down. Can you see here? Show IP interface brief. Okay, one second. Config terminal, interface port channel. Okay, so I will say here, no shutdown. Shutdown, no shutdown. Okay, now my interface is up. What is my port channel? Now, if you look at here, show port channel, sorry, show interface port channel 1. Sorry. Invalid. Okay, so first thing I created the logical port. Next thing, in interface, I need to go to interface. Then which port I need to make under the ether channel? So interface range fast Ethernet 0 by 23 and 24. I want to make them under the port channel. So I will say channel group. Channel group is 1, which we created. Mode on. Done. So what I did, do show history. If you put this command, so you will see what I did. See, I just created one logical interface, and these two interfaces, our physical interface, I assign into this group, channel group. And there is also one more command, channel protocol, channel group 1, channel, you can say protocol. See, channel protocol. If you are having LSCP, then you need to mention the LSCP. But by default, it is between Cisco and Cisco, so PAGP will be enabled by default. So if you use PAGP, nothing will happen. Okay. So now if you go and check show ether channel summary, can you see here what it is saying? What is the command to see the ether channel? Show ether channel summary. So it is saying PU, and here ports are 23 and 24. And P means what? Port in channel, right? Port in channel, but they are not up. See, SU means what? In use. S means suspended. Why it is showing suspended? Because see, only this side ether channel is configured, but this side is not configured. So I can go and configure here also. I will go here, enable config terminal, interface, first create the port channel 1. Done. Then config terminal, interface range command I'm using. Fast Ethernet 0 by 23 to 24. And I will say channel group 1 mode on. See, there are some modes are there. active, auto, desired, on, and passive. So I'm using on mode. Done. Now go back and check show ether channel summary. Now can you see here? First is not 0 by, it is still, they're up, they're into the port channel. But if you go here, show IP interface brief. So you will see one logical port also. Where is the logical port? Okay, it's here. See, port channel. This is the logical port which is showing up. You want to see what is into the port channel? Show ether channel summary. See, and they are on. So if you look at here, so now if I go to show spanning tree, can you see here? Spanning tree is not showing PO01. Now it is one port only. Logical port. Do you see port 2324 here? No.
One port only.
Right, one port logical port. So that's what we were looking for, right? We don't want spanning tree to block. Show spanning tree. See, one logical port now. So
logically it is bundle, right?
yes, logically it is bundle. And how you can see that bundle? Show ether channel summary. This is the bundle. Show, and you can see this is a logical port which got created. Where is that port? Show IP interface brief. So you will see the port is here. That's it. Got it? Any question with the ether channel?
But how to remember this command?
Yeah, that command I will share you in the group.
So whenever we are doing this, we have to take rapid switching only, right?
Right.
And then we have to, after rapid first, we have to, in the loop, we have to bundle it logically.
No. Bundle. Oh my God.
Means rapid करने के बाद ये करना है ना सर अपने को?
ये करना नहीं है भाई. Okay.
Connecting जैसे पहले orange में था एक तो. So we have done for the all forwarding only. The 4 sides.
No. You are going wrong. See, this is the option actually. If you don't want spanning tree, which is blocking your redundant port.
Yes.
If you want full speed, then by creating ether channel, there will be no spanning tree. So you are making bundle. So it is your choice. It is not compulsory.
If you are making that, we will get 2 gigabytes speed more, right?
Right. So if suppose you were asked, please, we are having slowness, increase the limit speed, then we can see that, okay, spanning tree is blocking one port. That's why logically when we bundle it, then it will be a 2 gig interface, then the speed will increase.
Yes, got it.
But spanning tree is by default enable. You cannot disable that. The only thing is you can change the mode of the spanning tree from normal STP to port, what is called rapid first. Okay.
Yes.
So STP and ether channel, you have to do that. Okay. Now the next thing is for layer 3. Okay. So now we understand the VLAN, trunk, VTP, STP, ether channel. So now what we understand so far, if you have a switch which is connected, these 4 machines are connected here, and what we understand, like you have a 2 VLANs, and let's say this is these 2 switches, these 2 switch ports are in VLAN red. This switch ports I'm talking about, and these 2 switch ports are in blue VLAN. And we know that VLAN is nothing but when you use the VLAN, so the network will be the different, like 192.168.10.1 for this machine. Let's say, and this machine. 192.168.10.2.
Sir, I think
For
my screen is not sharing.
really?
Just now with 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes.
Okay, let me share it back. Now,
From the starting, you can once explain. This one not. We have not seen this.
now you can see, right?
Yes.
No. No.
Okay, now see 192.168. This is a 10.1, 10.2, the red VLAN, and 192.168.20.1 and 20.2. 20.2. So what does it mean? So we came to know that red VLAN has a network called 192.168.10.0/24, and blue VLAN has a network called, you see it came reverse, 192.168.20.0/24. Okay, now my question to all: can 192.168 this machine can talk to this machine?
No.
No, right?
Only red to red.
Yes. So only blue to blue, only red to red can talk to each other. But now I have the requirement. I was asked, I want a communication between red VLAN and blue VLAN. So how you are going to achieve that? So, huh?
Trunk, we have to make trunk.
Sorry?
Trunk, we have to make trunk.
We have to make extra router.
Sorry, how?
You have to connect router to communicate to different labs.
Right. So let me share my screen back. Okay. So now the first thing is, these are the communication between two network is not possible because switch does not have that capability, because the switch maintain a CAM table only. Okay, it maintain a CAM table and which understand the MAC addresses only. This is very clear to all. Which port, which MAC address connected. But now you are asking this network has to connect to this network. So for that, you need a router here. Router will come into picture. So, and that router, you need to connect to the switch. And this port will be a trunk port, which will pass VLAN. Why the trunk port? Because we have VLAN red and VLAN blue. So this trunk will forward VLAN 10 and 20 to the router. So now the router will come into picture. What is router? Router, it does routing between two different network. How? Because the router, what will have, there will be routing table here. So you need to, in its routing table, the router will come to know 192.168.10.0 and 192.168.20.0. So once the router has this information, then only what will happen when blue will, this guy want to talk to this guy, first it will go to the gateway. So now there is a concept of gateway. What is gateway? Gateway means entry and exit point of any VLAN. What is gateway? Entry and exit point of any VLAN. So when a VLAN red machine want to talk to a blue machine, then the VLAN red need to go to its gateway. And gateway will generally configured on the layer 3 device. Layer 3 device, which is nothing but the router. So it will go to the gateway, and from that gateway, it will go to the blue VLAN gateway, and then it will enter. So that is what the gateway is, nothing but entry and exit point of VLAN. So now you need to create those gateways here on the router. Then you can, you need to configure the gateways here, logical gateway here, logical gateway here. Then you can see the communication is possible between these two. So this lab is called as a router on stick. router on stick. So what is mean by router on stick? Can you see this? There is a router here. It is on the stick. Okay. So you understand here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So let me go and let's do this lab. So how to do the router on stick? If I go here, so what I need, see, do it very properly, do it with the basic, then you can go for advanced. So first I will connect a switch. One switch only I needed. Then I need 4 machines. PC1, this PC, and this PC to this PC. Okay. First I will build my LAN. So first physical connectivity. So I will say from here to, let's say, port 1 and port 2. Okay, and from here, let's say port, let's say port 9 and 10. Port 9 and port 10. Okay, you connected this one. So now you need to create the IP addresses quickly. So I will go to the desktop. I will say 192.168.10.1. Okay, instead of 10.1. Please don't talk. Okay, then 192.168.10.2. Then I will go to this machine. I will 192.168.20.1 and one 192.168.20.2 this much. And can you notice here there is something called default gateway. So we are going to touch this after this. So now see here, I created machines and also let me create a VLANs on the switches. Let me create 2 VLANs and assign ports into that VLAN. So I will create quickly VLAN 10, name red. Okay. I will also create another VLAN 20, name blue. Done. So if you go and check show VLAN, so you will see VLAN red and 20, 10 and 20. So now config terminal interface range fast Ethernet 0 by 1 to 2. I will say switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10. Done. Now I will go back. I will say switch port 9 and 10. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. Done. So if you go back, show VLAN. Can you see here? My red and blue VLANs are done. So this is done. So if you go here to this machine, ping 192.168.10.2. Can you ping through your neighbor? Yes. But can you ping to 192.168.20.1? No, you cannot ping. Why? Because there is a separate VLAN. There is no communication. And this switch will not understand this VLAN. Okay, and if you go here, and from this machine, if you try to ping 192.168.20.2, its neighbor, and if you try to ping 192.168.10.2, it will not. So during this time, if you go back to the switch, show MAC address table. So can you see the switch identify the MAC addresses? Okay, so that's done. So now my question is I need to connect this. So for that, let me introduce a router. So you can take any router. So let's take 1941 model. Okay, and you can connect it via, see again, this will be a router to switch, means straight cable. So 0/0 to, let's say, port 24 I'm configuring. See, by default, the router port is down, shutdown mode. That's why it is showing red. So for that, but before that, what you need to do, the port interface from the switch interface, fast Ethernet 0/24. I will make switch port mode trunk, because it is going to send the interfaces. So now my switch work is done. I just make this port as a trunk. That's it. Now my router work quickly started. So what is router? It is a layer 3 device. It is the same CLI Cisco. See, the only thing is you will ask like, do you want initial configuration? Just say no. Done. By default, the name is router. So enable, see the show IP interface brief. Same command. Only thing is router will have less interfaces. Show IP route. So this command will to see the interface route here. Okay. So now show IP interface brief. So we connected Giga Ethernet 0/0 to our switch. So I will go here, config terminal, interface Giga Ethernet 0/0. I will say no shutdown. So now if you go and look at the diagram, now see here, now it is green now, right? So I just shut down, like up the interface. Show IP interface brief, right? So see the physical interface is up now. So what I need to do to make a gateway, I need to create a logical gateway on this physical interface. How to do that? Config terminal, interface, Giga Ethernet 0/0 dot. Can you see the question mark? This many interface you can create logical. So I will say for the VLAN 10, this is my logical interface. I will say IP address 192.168.10.10 255.255.255.0. Why I use? Because I need one IP address from each VLAN. For 10.network, I make this as guy as a gateway. Okay, then you need to say there is one command you need to encapsulation .1q 10. Done. And then you can put the IP address. Done. Then if you go back, show IP interface brief. So you can see your logical interface is here. Now if you go back and see show IP route, see one route is came here. Previously it was empty, but now you can see that directly connected here. So I need to create another interface, logical interface for the VLAN 20. VLAN 20. First I will say this command encapsulation 20. Then I will put the IP address. Instead of 10.10, I will say 20.10. Done. So if I go back, show IP interface brief. So can you see 10 and 20? I got the gateways. Show IP interface brief or show IP route. If you look at here, so now see here, our routes are here. So now we got the route. So now can I ping now? Can I ping to this guy? No, still I cannot ping. Why? Because we need to define a gateway here now. See that gateway of which we configure on the router 192.168.10.10. This gateway I need to define. Then in this, I need to define 192.168.10.10. Again, same gateway you need to define. What gateway will be one for every VLAN. So for the 20 VLAN, one 192.168.20.1, sorry, 20.10. See, this gateway is very important. If you forget the gateway, you cannot be communicate to another network. 192.168.20.10. 10. Done. Now go back, ping. So the first packet will block first time because it is ARP will get generated because it is going to the gateway first time to the router. Okay. 92.168.20.1. Let me go back and check its gateway. Okay, see here, a gateway I put a wrong here. The gateway should be 10.10. Now I will go back. I will go back and say this one. Here we go. Can you see? You're able to ping to 20 network. From 20 network, are you able to ping to the 10 network? So first packets will be get drop. See, here we go. And how it is happening? First, it is going to router and from router to here. And you know, the router, it also having one more table that is called show ARP table. It will store the IP, also the MAC address. That's it. So guys, this is called a router on stick. And I will, like, the recording is here. You can go and check with this. You can do it again and